Every rider has that moment. You're in a parking lot or a gas station or making a slow U turn on a quiet street. Everything is calm, and suddenly your bike feels heavy, wobbly, unstable. Your heart rate spikes, your foot shoots out, and you barely save it. Or worse, you drop the bike at walking speed. And here's the thing most riders don't want to admit: U turns aren't hard because you're bad at riding. They're hard because almost everyone is doing them wrong. Today, I'm going to break down the 5 critical U turn mistakes every rider makes: beginners, returning riders, even experienced ones, and exactly how to fix them starting today. If U turns make you nervous, if tight turns feel sketchy, or if you've ever thought, I'm just bad at slow speed riding, this one's for you. I'm Matthew, this is Autozium, and let's fix this once and for all. Mistake number 1: looking down or staring right in front of the bike. This mistake kills U turns before they even begin. And the worst part? Riders think they're being careful. You roll into a tight turn and your eyes drop immediately. You stare at the pavement, the painted line, the front tire, the exact spot you're afraid of tipping over. Your brain tells you this is smart. Watch the ground, monitor your balance, make sure the bike doesn't fall. But the moment your eyes drop, everything else falls apart. Motorcycles don't balance like humans. They balance through motion, through momentum, through alignment. And your vision is what tells your body how to move within that system. When you look down, your posture collapses. Your head stops leading. Your shoulders stiffen. Your arms lock. Now, instead of letting the bike move underneath you, you're trying to freeze it in place. And motorcycles hate being frozen. That's when the wobble starts. Not because the bike is unstable, but because you are. Here's the rule that changes everything: the motorcycle will go exactly where your eyes go, not where you want it to go, not where you hope it goes, where you are actively looking. That's why riders drop bikes into curbs, cones, or imaginary danger zones they were trying to avoid. Their eyes betrayed them before their hands ever did. The fix feels uncomfortable at first because it goes against instinct. You must turn your head fully and deliberately, not just your eyes, not a quick glance, your entire head, chin over your shoulder, eyes locked on the exit of the turn. This does 2 powerful things immediately. First, it restores balance. Your spine aligns, your shoulders relax, your arms bend naturally. The bike stops feeling like it's about to fall because your body is now stacked correctly over the machine. Second, it programs the turn automatically. When your head turns, your body follows. When your body follows, your hands relax. When your hands relax, the bars steer smoothly without force. You stop trying to turn, and the bike just turns. Most riders are shocked by how dramatic this change feels. Nothing else changes. Same speed, same bike, same parking lot, but suddenly the wobble disappears. That's not confidence magically appearing. That's physics finally being allowed to work. Here's a key detail riders miss: you must keep your head turned through the entire turn. Many riders start correctly, then panic halfway through and look down again. The bike instantly tightens up. The wobble returns. Fear spikes. Vision is not a moment, it's a commitment. If you fix nothing else about your U-turns, fix this. Bad vision turns small mistakes into drops. Good vision covers up flaws everywhere else. This is why experienced riders can make ugly-looking bikes do clean U-turns, and beginners struggle on perfect machines. The bike already knows how to turn. You just need to look where you want to go. Mistake number 2: going too slow with no throttle. This mistake feels logical, and that's why it's so dangerous. Most riders believe slow speed control means less throttle. Idle only. Clutch fully out. Barely moving. They think speed is the enemy. But what actually causes instability at low speed isn't speed, it's lack of drive. At walking pace, your motorcycle is at its most unstable. There's almost no gyroscopic effect. The engine isn't pulling. The bike is basically balancing itself on hope and tiny steering corrections. That's why it feels heavy. That's why it feels like it wants to fall over. That's why every wobble feels catastrophic. The fix is counterintuitive. You need a little throttle, not speed, not acceleration, just drive. A motorcycle becomes more stable when the engine is gently pulling. That steady drive smooths out steering, stabilizes the chassis, and gives you something to work against. Think of it like pushing a shopping cart. A rolling cart is easy to guide. A stopped cart is awkward and unpredictable. Same thing here. Here's the correct relationship. Throttle controls stability. Clutch controls speed. You apply a small, steady amount of throttle, just enough to feel the engine engaged. Then you use the clutch to meter how much of that power reaches the wheel. You are not on and off the throttle. You are not coasting. You are maintaining a constant, calm input. When riders get this right, the change is immediate. The bike stops falling side to side. The steering feels lighter. The turn stops feeling rushed or panicked. Instead of reacting to balance problems, you're now guiding a stable machine. Most U-turn drops happen because riders are trying to balance a motorcycle that isn't being driven. That's not skill, that's luck. This is also why riders say, it felt fine, until it didn't. Idle-only riding gives you no margin. One wobble becomes a drop. Throttle gives you options. And no, this does not mean revving the engine or riding faster than you want. It means controlled input, not zero input. Once riders feel how stable the bike becomes with proper throttle and clutch control, they realize something important. They were never bad at U-turns. They were starving the bike of what it needed to stay upright. Mistake 3. Dragging the front brake. This mistake ends more U-turns on the ground than any other, and it usually happens in panic. The bike starts to wobble. The rider feels it tipping. Instinct kicks in. They grab the front brake, and that's the drop. At low speed and full steering lock, the front brake is brutal. A tiny squeeze can instantly compress the front suspension, tighten the steering geometry, and pull the bike inward faster than you can react. That sudden "oh no" feeling? That's physics, not clumsiness. The front brake is designed for stopping power at speed, not balance at walking pace. The fix is learning to trust the rear brake. Light rear brake pressure stabilizes the motorcycle. It calms the chassis. It smooths out throttle and clutch transitions. It gives you control without sudden weight transfer. Rear brake plus steady throttle equals calm bike. Think of the rear brake as a stabilizer, not a stopper. You're not trying to stop. You're trying to settle the bike. This is especially important during full lock turns, where the front tire is already working hard just to steer. Adding front brake at that moment overwhelms it. That's why experienced riders barely touch the front brake during tight U-turns. They manage speed with clutch and rear brake while keeping the front end free to turn. This doesn't mean the front brake is bad. It means timing matters. Straight line? Use it. Slow speed, full lock turn? Let it rest. Once riders stop dragging the front brake during U-turns, drops mysteriously disappear. Not because they got braver, because they stopped yanking the bike out from under themselves. Mistake number 4, keeping your body stiff and upright. This mistake doesn't look dramatic, but it quietly sabotages everything. From the outside, the rider looks fine. They're sitting upright, centered, trying to be balanced. But inside the bike, chaos. The moment riders get nervous in a U-turn, their body locks up. Shoulders rise, elbows straighten, grip tightens. Now the bike can't move the way it needs to. Here's the key truth most riders never hear clearly. At slow speed, the motorcycle needs freedom more than force. When your body stiffens, you steal that freedom. Every motorcycle is designed to lean. That lean is what allows the front wheel to turn efficiently and the bike to stay balanced. But when a rider freezes their body and clamps the bars, the bike can't lean naturally anymore. So instead of flowing through the turn, it fights you. And that fight shows up as wobble. Not because the bike is unstable, but because you're blocking its ability to self-correct. This is where a lot of riders get confused. They feel the wobble and think, I need to control this more. So they grip harder, lock tighter, muscle the bars, which makes it worse. Here's the fix, and it's a mindset shift as much as a physical one. You need separation between your body and the bike. At low speed, your body stays more upright, while the bike leans underneath you. This feels wrong at first. Your instincts scream, if the bike leans, I should lean with it. That works at speed. It works in fast corners. But at walking pace, leaning with the bike stacks weight on top of the lean, and that's when the bike wants to fall inward. Instead, you let the motorcycle lean while your torso stays tall and relaxed. Think of it like holding a broomstick. If you stiffen your arms and fight it, it wobbles more. If you relax and let it move, it balances easier. Same principle here. Your arms should be bent, your shoulders dropped, your grip light, just enough to guide, not control. If someone bumped your elbow mid-turn, your arms should flex, not resist. That's how you know you're relaxed enough. Another huge part of this mistake is weight placement. Many riders unknowingly put their weight on the handlebars during U turns. They're leaning forward, supporting themselves with their hands. That loads the front end and makes the steering feel heavy and unpredictable. Instead, your weight should be carried by your legs, your core, the seat. Your hands are not there to hold you up, they're there to communicate. A great self check is this: if you feel pressure in your palms and wrists during a U turn, something is off. You should feel grounded through your lower body, not hanging onto the bars. Now let's talk about fear, because stiffness is really just fear with nowhere to go. Fear doesn't make you weak, it makes you human. But fear that turns into rigidity removes your ability to adapt. Relaxation isn't about being casual, it's about being functional. When riders finally loosen up, something interesting happens. The bike stops feeling heavy. The steering feels lighter. The wobble fades on its own. Not because the bike changed, but because you stopped fighting it. U-turns don't require strength. They require permission. Permission for the bike to lean. Permission for your body to move. Permission to let go just enough. That's what separates confident, slow-speed riders from stressed ones. Mistake number 5. Practicing U-turns the wrong way, or not at all. This mistake is the most expensive one long-term, because it keeps riders stuck for years. Most riders don't actually practice U-turns. They just survive them. They do U-turns when traffic forces them to, at intersections, at gas stations, in parking lots with people watching. That's not practice, that's pressure. And pressure is the worst environment for learning. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If you only do U-turns when you're stressed, your brain associates them with danger. So every time one comes up, your heart rate spikes before you even move. That's why riders say, "I've been riding for years, but U-turns still scare me." Time doesn't fix this. Intentional repetition does. The fix is simple, and it doesn't require hours, cones, or advanced drills. You need short, focused practice in a low-stress environment. 15 minutes, empty parking lot. That's it. No audience, no pressure, no rush. Start wide. Most riders make the mistake of trying to nail tight U-turns immediately. They crank the bars, go full lock, panic, dab a foot, and confirm their fear. Instead, start with big, comfortable circles. Focus on head turned, steady throttle, clutch control, rear brake stability, relaxed arms. Once the bike feels calm, slowly tighten the circle, not in one session, over multiple sessions. Progress is gradual, and that's the point. Your brain needs repetition to trust what your body is learning. And here's something riders don't talk about enough. Practice both directions. Everyone has a bad side. Ignoring it just guarantees future panic. Work both left and right until neither feels special. Another key mistake is stopping practice the moment it feels awkward. Awkward is where learning lives. Not panic, not fear, just awkward. That's your nervous system adapting. And yes, you might mess up. You might stall. You might step off. You might tip over once. That's not failure. That's training. Every rider who is great at slow speed control has dropped a bike or two at walking pace. They just don't advertise it. What matters is how you practice. Short sessions, high awareness, no ego. When you practice this way, something powerful happens. U-turns stop being a thing. They become boring, automatic. And that's the goal, not to impress anyone, not to look cool, but to have control when it actually matters in real-world riding. Because confidence doesn't come from riding more miles. It comes from mastering the moments that used to scare you. And U-turns are one of those moments. Ride smooth, stay relaxed, and remember, slow speed skill is real skill. If this helped you, stick around. Autozium is all about real riding skills that actually make a difference. No ego, no nonsense, just control and confidence where it matters most. Drop a comment and tell me which U-turn mistake you're guilty of. We've all been there. Ride smooth, stay relaxed, and I'll see you in the next one.